you heard of Anchor? Well, if you have not heard of Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. So let's get started today. Download the app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. It's free, it's simple, and it's convenient. You can distribute your podcast from your phone or your computer. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So let's get started. You can also download your podcast to various podcast channels like Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. So let's get started today. Download the app, the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm and get started. Now stay tuned for MiThyme Motivation. Greetings and salutations, love and joy to you all, and thanks so much for taking this time to tune in to MiThyme Motivation. As with all things, it's of course your host, Tasha Ryder, and I hope that everyone is well on today. As with all things, we're going to take a moment to say thank you to all of the heroes, first responders, and essential workers out there making the sacrifices that you do each and every day. And for those of you who are new here, MiThyme Motivation is really all about taking some time for you. And with that being said, let's get started. So today's episode is the power to be different. I wanted to take some time here to talk about just the ability to be different. Your ability to dare to be different. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and to some degree in my younger self, I was proud to know that there were so many aspects of me that seemed to be so different than everyone else. I valued that about myself. I appreciated that about myself. And I guess during those days, people could have spent a lot of time ridiculing my differences or things that were different and ideas that were different. But because of my appearance, I attribute the boldness that I had in me to them and the confidence to be different from them. I believe that my parents always appreciated that I was born a middle child and I was different, so much different than my siblings. And so because of that, I just really found value in the ability to be different. So today I wanted to talk about this because I know that over the years of my life, I remember bullies, and I always stood up to people who felt like they were going to bully my friends or be a bully to me, or, and really just people that woke up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with nothing on the brain but who can you bother today, or whose spirit can you interrupt. And so as I became a young adult, I would see people who in my travels were the same way. The people that are typically unhappy, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They aren't excited about their future every day, and they want to pivot that frustration or dissatisfaction that they may be experiencing in that instance or in that moment, and they want to interact with someone so that they can pivot that negative energy on someone. And these things never worked for me. And as I got older, I became very skilled in understanding the bite that the people were chasing. And by that, I mean, they were waiting for a reaction or a response from me or whomever that negative energy would be geared towards to have that person have a bad day. And I just believed as a young adult that every day was going to be a great day. It was going to be a great day because I was purposed to make it a great day. I felt like there was an inner power in me as a young adult, this is what I believe, that could make my day great. There was something that I was going to hold on to that day because I was very driven. I had a very serious focus about what I wanted to accomplish on a day-to-day basis. I had a system in place as to why I was going to have a great day. Now, this doesn't mean that the day always went exactly according to plan, but I made sure that I traveled lightly, meaning that I traveled intentionally throughout the day, going and seeking out where I would position myself to ensure that I had a successful day. I was not chanting. For those of you that are chanters, I was not commanding my day, but I just really, in this younger version of myself, to some extent, I know that there was a power, a force that I believed in, and I've always believed in God, but not quite the same as I do today. And so I really give a lot of things today over to God, because I know I'm chasing a form of happiness that resembles Him. And so in me, I find His light. So it allows me to have positive thoughts each and every day. But this was not the case in my younger self. I felt like if someone were to step into my space with negative energy, and then I allow myself to be pulled physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually into this negative energy of abyss, then I too had allowed this person to control me. And I refused in my younger adult self to give anyone ever that type of control. So as much as I could, I tried intentionally to have a great day each and every day. Now, again, not every day is the same day, but I did believe that every day could be a great day, and I dared to be different. Different than my peers, different than my coworkers. I had an expectation to do things with excellence, to do things with greatness, and I felt empowered to do those things each and every day. Otherwise, the day would look like one of those days that you stay in bed and you pull the covers quickly over your head, and that's where you stay all day, and that's going to be a rainy day. Now, the goal is for me, and always has been, to dare to be different. So today I'm encouraging you to be excited if you share these same beliefs and you know that there's something in you that's a little different than your family or your friends or your peers or your coworkers, perhaps your colleagues. You don't see things exactly the way they do on a consistent basis, and be excited to have a difference of opinion, a different mind, a different conscience. And for example, you may always have a desire to be kind to people, and you may be in a circle where people tend to be vindictive. People tend to be on the negative side of things in conversations. You may tend to be a person, as I have for many years, especially in my younger self, my younger adult self, I saw the good in everyone. And so oftentimes people that knew me would ridicule me, laughing and joking and saying, I promise you see good in everyone. But I was being honest. I truly did see good things in everyone. I would intentionally seek out to find something good, a good quality in everyone. It could be how they wear their makeup, or some type of physical appearance, how they put their clothes together, or the things that they say, or the sound of their voice. Could be kind in spirit, but maybe they're having just a horrible day that day. But I know there's good there. And so in my quirkiness over the years, is what I would call it, I became very much so okay with who I was. And I love the fact that I was different in my opinions, different than the man in the moon, different with my thoughts on a day-to-day basis. And I was okay. So if you were to ask me a question, you're going to get an answer to it, and it may not be the same answer that everyone else in the room has. It worked for me in my professional career. It ticked off some people who possibly were in leadership positions because they were looking for yes people, and I was not a yes girl. I was not a yes woman. When I disagreed with my dad, who was very infamous on and very certain on rules and regulations, it was the voice that was in me to say, I don't agree, even though I was a younger girl. So I just always don't sign up to ride the same bus as people who are on those negative Nancy, Debbie Downers, let's be pissed off today people. I have been in a different mindset. I oftentimes have worked in offices where I too could not sit in an office and let people be antagonized and bullied and things said like off the cart, out of the blue, that were just so demeaning and degrading to people. I could not sit in a room and just be quiet. It was my ability to say something. So of course I'm going to say something, and I'm going to dare to be different. I am not the person who's going to sit in the room and just allow horrible things to happen to people. And when my spirit leads me to say and to speak, I will. Now, in my ability to be different, and some people may call it quirky, I still feel motivated every day and inspired because of the difference that I feel like I have. Not only can I make a difference in someone's life, not only can I tell someone something kind and it could make a difference in their day, internally I know that I'm well within my soul because I am different. So I challenge you on today to look at who you are and dare to be different. If it lines up with things that I've said, feel great about the ability to be different. It's not, I don't believe that everyone and all of us are created to be the same. And it's okay. We don't look alike. We don't walk alike. We don't talk alike. We're not the same colors and hues and spectrums and eye colors and there's so many different hair colors and so many. I love all of these things about all people across the world. We're just so different and so beautiful that I believe that makes us whole. So get in the room with like-minded people, yes, but also still be okay with your ability to be different. This should make you sing. This should make you happy. And I thank you so much for taking the time with me on MiThyme Motivation, and we will talk soon.